Ok, estamos en vivo y vamos a hablar un poco de Joe Illich. Espero estar pronunciando bien su nombre, si no, ni pedo. Que ya no trabaja en... Who's not working at Valiant anymore. I got that wrong. I thought he was working at Valiant, and well, he's not. He's the former executive editor. And he's wrong in a couple of things. All these links are in the description of the video, so feel free to go there. So this is an open letter to the industry. He's going to focus on indie comics in the future. So people who are legion, who avenge, who believe in justice, and ultimately want a better world. So, except with the who avenge, but all the rest, everybody. Now, he says, at Milestone Media, we planted a flag on the landscape of comics with the first truly inclusive superhero universe. Wrong. He was part of a huge company. Well, huge in a sense. It was a company that published, I don't remember any white superhero. I seem to remember only black people in the comics, or about 90% of the people in the comic were black. Nothing wrong with that. I still have my books of Icon, among others. So that was not the first truly inclusive superhero universe, because we have to remember that DC had Black and Latino and Asian superheroes, as did Marvel. So he's talking shit. The books were good if you can go and find them. Icon and Static Shock, you may know better from the animated TV series, but this is not the worst. He gave an interview with some website called Blurred Girl. Blurred, for those of you not on the know, stands for Black Nerds, because we nerds need something to divide us among ourselves. We're not fuck. And girl, because she's a feminist. So we're going to talk about this interview mainly in light of the current issues with the Big Two and POC right now. What are some of the issues you feel are being overlooked or overshadowed? Issues with the Big Two. What issues? What? And POC. What? But anyway, online harassment and victimization. So you can victimize someone online. Really? Okay. This affects every one of us. Really? White people too? Does it include me, a Mexican Maya? Just wondering. I think the industry powers need to join forces and take the problem head on. So he's talking about a market policy from all the publishers united. Come up with a unified protocol for the company's online presence. Okay? So an online policy. Work with the various journalism websites. Okay, so collude with even more with the shield media. Talk with their creators and staff and establish the posture that will act as the line against the trolls and the bastards. Okay, so he doesn't know what a troll is, or you can be a troll or a bastard. Very, very well. So the trolls are those who say shit they don't really feel only to get a reaction out of you. That's a troll. And the bastards, well, I guess anybody that criticizes their work is a bastard. So their consumers are bastards. That's what he's saying. Keep this in mind, because wherever he works, I'm calling it now, wherever he works, I'm going to boycott. I don't care. Full on boycott. Of course, if he's going to go full indie, well, probably he's going to go to work for Black Crown or something like that. Black as fuck, or some shit like that. Financial intelligence and retirement programs, what the comic book companies can do in terms of creating programs akin to 41k or IRA to help prevent any more story. Okay, this is good. Yes. Creators help publishers make profits with the comic books and beyond. Yes, and without the publisher, you wouldn't have any way to publish your stuff before. I mean, when Milestone was a thing. Right now, there's ways if you have the quality and you have the marketing skills, but I don't think he does. The reciprocal action of helping to make sure creators in general have some kind of financial savings when the industry considers them unmarketable or obsolete would be a visionary step. I agree with this. I don't think it's good that artists and writers are in poverty and underpaid in the case of fucking Marvel. Something as simple as companies allowing freelancers limited access to their internal financial advisors would go a long way, because too many freelancers out there are living in the danger zone financially. Okay, yes. A great organization called the Hero Initiative has some programs along these lines, but they can't do it alone. Okay. Full on support there. I know personally that you support indie comics, but you also write critique mainstream comics in your mission column on comic book resources. Oh, so he works for the Shield Media. Okay. Is it difficult to live in both worlds? No, because they have an incestuous relationship. We know this. The Shield Media gets access, gets previews, gets free comics that the rest of us don't get. So it's not difficult. They are in bed with each other. Not at all. Of course not. The mission is an examination and celebration of diversity and equality. I doubt it, but I would need to read it. Analysis of the lack thereof in comic books and entertainment. What? Lack of diversity? What the fuck is he talking about? And equality. What? The only inequality I see is that we don't have any gay villain. We don't have any... Well, that's it. Gay villains. We need gay villains. The coverage of mainstream companies should help inform the creators of the independent sector. And it also helps bring attention to them from time to time. So he wants to take down the big companies. Okay. I mentioned the upcoming Niobe. Niobe. Can I click in this? No. because it's archived. By publisher Stranger Comics and the Years Old Hala by creators and Einstein Robbins and Einstein Harris, connecting them to mainstream comics. I buy independent books of high quality and sometimes acceptable quality with characters I love. I doubt it. I spend as much, if not more money, outside of the big two publishers than I do with them. It's actually the same world when you're a consumer and see the relationship between the two sectors. Oh, he means indie publishers and the big two? Maybe. Okay, why do you think many African American comic book artists aren't well supported, even by their own? So, what she's saying is that African American people aren't buying comic books by African American artists. Maybe if said African American artists were as good as Priest, for instance, they would sell more. For one thing, I believe most black consumers of comic books feel no particular loyalty to black creators, and why should they? This is racist. You don't buy products based on race, unless, of course, you're a fucking racist. Nor do they want to concern themselves with a social issue like the diversity equality within their landscape of refuge, within their escapism. We read comics to escape your bullshit, not to get more bullshit. That's the problem. They have to deal with that in the real world. Exactly. We have to deal with your bullshit in the real world. We don't want your bullshit in our escapism. So they want to escape that responsibility in the comic book. Responsibility. Responsibility, I think. In the comic book industry, the consumer has no responsibility beyond paying what he wants to buy. That's his only responsibility. To buy what he wants to buy. Period. What the fuck? So I should buy only comic books by Mexican Mayans, right? That's what he's saying. If it's not by a Mexican Maya, I don't have to buy it. I should not buy it. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Additionally, there needs to be an increase in the number of the independent black artists putting out competitive work. There needs no. There's no need. As many as they want to do so, they should. But there's no. If you want, do it. If you don't want to, you don't have to. That's what he's saying. That more black people need to, must become comic book artists. Why? If they don't want to do that, why are you talking? Why aren't you telling them to work hard in school, to go to STEM? They would earn a lot more of money, more money, and it would help more their families. But no, there need to be more black people in the comic book industry because reasons. Getting a consumer to not succumb to their programming. Oh fuck! Who's being brainwashed? Every comic book consumer, or only black people, comic book consumers? I don't know what he's talking about. And buy your book instead. It has Herculean task. I don't buy because it's DC or Marvel. I buy stuff that I like, and if the creators have an internet presence and they have a good interaction with the the market, with the people that are going to buy their comics, they will get some sales. And if their comics are good, they will get free publicity, mouth to mouth. But no, 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 no. We're brainwashed. Okay. At the very, especially me, I have over 10 years not buying Marvel. At the very least, your work has to be able to stand next to theirs. Okay. Yes, this I agree. Your competition is the pull list of your potential customers, which brings me to the next matter. Distribution. If your comic book is not in the comic book stores because it's not distributed through Diamond, then a business strategy beyond traveling throughout the nation to conventions is required. Creators need to think outside the box and find business persons, marketing and PR people, and legal people to be their allies. Okay, so you have to be a millionaire in order to fuck. Do not assume the general populace will find your comic book or graphic novel. Figure out 21st century ways to reach your audience. Marketing, business persons, PR people. It's not 21st century. This is 19th, 18th century. We are seeing people marketing themselves online, their own books, and selling better than some books by the big two. Can you speak to the issue of quality? It's essential. Yes, of course. Where was it? Where was it that I was? So he's going full walk, and he really thinks that there's some ideal number of black people working in the industry. I don't know why he thinks that. I don't know why he thinks that you should buy comics depending on the race of the creators of the book. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. And honestly, I don't fucking care. So maybe that's why he's not longer in Valiant. Maybe that, or their fucking book, Livewire, that it's shit. It's a piece of shit book. Don't let the cover trick you. It's a piece of shit. I have it, and I wish it was returnable. Really, the art is like the art and the writing. It's black and as fuck, and goddess mode quality. So you figure that out. Well, this is it has been a pleasure, but I have some shit to do. Mainly go walk my dog. So that's all for today. Thank you to Florence and Paulo Costa for dropping by. I don't know who else was watching, but anyway, thank you all. And remember, my Twitter account is blocked because there's an RPG author going to get me banned. from the site. So if you want to help me, please share the link of the video with your followers in Twitter. And I'll see you soon. And remember, don't go gently into the night. Rage against the machine. See you all soon.